All right, good morning, I guess, from Bridgestone Arena. It is now 2 a.m. Steven, show them what this place looks like right now after Kentucky just beat Oklahoma 85-84, and it was just as sweet as the last time in Norman. Otega Oweh with a game winner against his former team. Got a little touch and go there for a minute. We will focus on that, but right now we're doing our best to be awake and alert. We are excited, even if I look a little groggy, might sound a little groggy. But guys, gal, what an unbelievable finish for Kentucky with Oweh doing it against his old team. Jack, I'll start with you. Just what did you think about Oweh putting the dagger back in the hearts of the Sooners? And then we'll get into what actually led to that moment. We'll stay positive for now.
I just, the emotion swing, just like you're up 10 and you're like, oh, so how are we going to say, it's going to be early night? We're going to be able to go out to the bars? That's sweet. We can celebrate too. Whoa, wait, no. To just like overwhelming just sensation of happiness. Just, he did it again. How? The shot, the off balance, we can just recreate it this is where it happened. I mean, to be off balance behind the rim, left-handed. Just to be off balance lefty, just the audacity of that shot in that moment. And talking to the players afterward, they were like, yeah, the play was get the ball to Otega Oweh and get the hell out of the way. There was no play drawn up. It was Otega is going to win this game. And you talked to Andrew Carr and he was like, yeah, we knew with confidence that he was going to make that shot. Like that was game winner territory for Otega Oweh. He does it again, 27 points after going for a career high 28 points out in Norman. Something about the Oklahoma Sooners this dude just absolutely despises.
Once he turned the corner right around here and got that full head of steam, you knew he had something, had the chance to get it done. He pulled it off. Even if he had missed, I think Carr was in great position with enough time to tip it in. Just an unbelievable finish. Tyler, why don't we talk about what led to that finish? What the hell happened there? You don't want to talk about that?
I think it counts, but I do think it's just amazing, the deja vu of all this. Like his game winner, his body was like contorted. It was like a 1 foot thing. It was exactly like it was at Oklahoma. And it's just stunning. Like, of course this game finished that way. And hopefully, I mean, that kind of erases what led up to it, right? Blowing a 10-point lead with 1:26 to go, that doesn't happen, right?
Luckily, we didn't have that feeling very long, but my body like shut off when they went ahead with 5 seconds left. You look around and fans, it's just utter disbelief and shock. Like no one could believe what just happened. It was just kind of chipping away. There are a few moments where we're throwing our hands in the air, where a few calls, things here and there, but you're not thinking it could actually get to Oklahoma taking over. I mean, you're up 10 with 1:20. Even when Fierce hit that three, you were uncomfortable, but at no moment did I think they could possibly lose. And then you're down 1 with 5 seconds to go.
Yeah, and part of the reason that Kentucky kind of almost blew it at the very end is they were missing a very key piece. Having a ball handler out there would have been very nice, and a guy named Lamont Butler who shoulder injury appears to be creeping back up again. Otega Oweh even he turned it over with like 20 seconds left and allowed Fierce to get that shot there that ended up giving them the lead. But I'm still in disbelief. I was over there, like I showed Jack my hand after. Like I was shaking like this while I was trying to write this recap that my brain was not really functioning that well. But yes, I mean, I don't know what it is about Oklahoma. Like, does he actually just hate him, or is it just a former team situation? I don't. Even Brandon Garrison was the Oklahoma native. He is not a big fan of them either, and
he hates him. We can say
he does. I think the funniest part of the whole thing was where the assistant coaches or one of the GAs was just like pushing Brandon Garrison out of the building as fast as possible. Kyle J. Mann had a good tweet about getting him in a straitjacket. That's the only way you're going to get him out of here alive without hurting someone. But hey, Kentucky won.
That goes back to he lost 2 games at Oklahoma State as their rival, and they waved to him both times. So that one goes back to pre-Kentucky days. He lost on a buzzer beater in that rivalry and got hit with the double wave. So he's been waiting for that one. You mentioned Lamont Butler. You were there and talked to Mark Pope about Butler. He wasn't very clear of what's going on, but the tone was not good, right?
Yeah, he said that they'll know more in the morning. They did imaging during halftime, so we'll know the severity of it later this morning because it's 2 a.m. right now. But it was, but after that,
I have an alarm set for 7 a.m.
Yeah,
I'm still here at the
arena. He did give
arena.
a very not promising addition to that afterward. It was a lot of, we know Pope can be a little bit hyperbolic with his injury comments, but he said it was devastating. He's just praying that Lamont can get back on the court this year. And all of those comments seem very, not promising, but we'll know more later today.
How much trouble are they in, Jack? Pope didn't seem very confident. He said, I hope he gets to play another college basketball game again. I didn't love the vibes I was getting from Pope. I mean,
video too, if you saw
that. I think that was more damning. Like, you saw Lamont holding kind of the towel over his mouth, trying to hide it, but Kirk Risa, known for expressions and emotions, kind of had like, oh, you've got to be kidding me, that's the news. So it sucks, it really does, and you kind of just had that vibe like when the yakety sacks of a finish, when it felt like the lead was slipping away and we were going to leave after one night again. Somehow this damn building just has been a nightmare. You just kind of had that vibe of, okay, so now we're going into the NCAA tournament with no Lamont Butler, and this season might just be over. Like it just felt like everything came crashing down so quickly, and you're glad that you get another chance to just kind of put things together. If Lamont is out tomorrow or for an extended period of time, whatever that looks like, you at least get a little bit more time before the real stuff with the NCAA tournament, and it sucks. You feel for a kid that has been through a whole heck of a lot more than anybody should.
now you're on to Alabama, and I should say, if you want to go to that game, quick sponsor shout out.
Bam!
Kind of quick. Our friends at SeatGeek. You got the app, we can pull it up and show it off.
Pull up the SeatGeek app, guys.
SeatGeek is there for all your events, including Kentucky, Alabama, which is tomorrow. Maybe you're thinking about driving down after watching that exciting game. Maybe you're already down here and don't have tickets yet. Go to SeatGeek. Tyler's got the beautiful app there. Put in promo code KSR10 for 10% off. Look, just show this open. Look at all these seats you could have to choose from. I bet most of them are taken, but SeatGeek will have all the ones that are available. Hop on there, find the ones you want. KSR10 is your promo code. Punch that in. Really, you just need to get in here because the crowd was absolutely electric tonight. I don't know how many of them use SeatGeek, but I think they were so excited because they used KSR10 to get in here. But you're going to want to be a part of this. Maybe even on Saturday. Let's get crazy. Sunday, NCAA tournament, other sports, concerts, events. They got like 1 billion things on the SeatGeek app. Check them out. They've been good sponsors of us here as we're starting our journey. Luckily, as you said, not a one-day trip. We got at least have another one going tomorrow. So SeatGeek, check them out. KSR10. About that crowd, let's get back to that. That was nuts. That was absolutely nuts, especially the 8-0 run in the beginning of the game. I thought it might have been a rout in those moments. We kind of expected this going in, but Rupp Arena, I love you. You could never do what was in here tonight. I mean, that was unbelievable to start the game. Of course, at the end, over here at the SEC Network set, they wouldn't leave. They just surrounded Darinoka. He's trying to talk, and they're doing Go Big Blues. There's videos on social media of in the concourse, people doing the Oweh chants. Tyler, this place was absolutely on fire.
I mean, it was crazy. Like, the SEC tournament crowd is the best crowd. It is hands down the best crowd, and you could tell these people had been out on Broadway all day long. I mean, between just the Go Big Blue chants, the screaming at the refs, there was a very loud "Ref, you suck" chant that was as clear and distinctive a chant as I can remember. I just think it's great. And like after the game was over, after that amazing game winner, the energy in this building was great. The team went around and like clapped, shook hands with like fans. They crowded around the set. It was just, at least whatever happens in this tournament tomorrow night against Alabama happens, but we had a special moment. And I think Mark Pope had a really great quote about that. He said one reason that Lamont Butler's injury really sucks is that the team wants to play for this crowd. Like he said, this crowd, people who can't afford to go to Rupp, save up all year so they can come to this event. And the team really wants to show out and win for them. And I think it's special. And what happened in here today was special, even if what led up to it was frustrating. So.
I got one special fan that was here that made a very, very loud impact and directed some things toward the officials. Travis Ford, your boy.
Oh, yeah. Shout out Madisonville. Easy drive.
We were like 3 people away from him, and I've never heard a man get up on his feet and cheer louder and yell at the refs more. Call it on the other end if you're going to call it there. Like, it was like one of us, like a former Kentucky basketball legend now, repping the Cats here in Nashville. It was a blast.
I want to add two-time SEC tournament MVP, Travis Ford, the only two-time winner. A little fact for you, Travis Ford, a GOAT from Madisonville. Also, second most threes ever in a tournament, and he did it in 3 games, not 4. So Travis Ford, good to have you here. Hope you're back tomorrow. We need that energy. There was also another run where the crowd went crazy, and I was actually prepared to make this our story of the night until things hit the fan at the end of the game. But the run where I think it was an Otega Oweh 3, a Kobe Brea 3, Oweh and 1, and then a Garrison dunk. It went from a 1-point game to a 12-point game. That's another place, Zach, where this place was absolutely rocking. And I thought that was actually when Kentucky had put it away, and it felt that they had. That felt like the run that did it. But then, we need a little more at the end. But that was special in itself, too.
Yeah, that was kind of the one big push that both teams were kind of begging for. They were like, okay, we're trading the leads here. Someone needs to go on a big run. And Kentucky said, we'll do it. Yeah, Kobe Brea hit a huge 3. He was great tonight, by the way. 22 points, I believe, for Kobe Brea. He just continues to step up, especially without having any true ball handlers now. Nice to have him playing well. But, yes, that moment was awesome. I want to go back to the first 8-0 run, though, because from my perspective over there, and maybe Jeff Goodman has a point about sitting on the baseline. I never thought I would say that, or on the court sides here. But that 8-0 run was, without a doubt, the most electric environment I've ever been in covering these games for KSR. That was unbelievable. It seriously felt like my ear was ringing, actually. My left ear, maybe I have hearing loss, but it's worth it, I'd say, at this point. What? You have hearing loss? So it was awesome. It really was like one of the best crowds I've seen in a long time. The place wasn't like full, but it was 98% Kentucky fans outside of that one little section over there where Oklahoma had all friends and family. What was the student section count? Did you see their student section, Drew?
I didn't get eyes on the student section.
4 or 5, says Stephen Peak. So good for them. Yeah. That was 4 or 5 more than yesterday.
Yeah, well, good for them. Quick trip home for those 4 or 5. Jack, this game, as expected, was also very chippy. You had Lamont Butler get hurt on just a regular routine play there, but you got Colin Chandler bleeding from the face early in the game, had his Euless moment. Was Trent bleeding? I was a little farther away. I couldn't tell there at the end, but the guys were getting pretty banged up.
Yeah, it's one of the talking points about hey, I'm glad we don't have to play Georgia because they like to turn everything into a football game. Well, so much of that stupid narrative because that's exactly what we had to see. Colin Chandler actually getting stitched up, coming out with a Nelly Band-Aid. It was just insane. He played solid, hit a big shot. Might have to see some extended Colin Chandler run. He started the second half at point guard, so hopefully he's ready for a very exciting rest of the weekend.
There was a great play. I think Oweh hit the 3. I think Feger might have drawn it up. Where I sent with Kyle Mann. He was calling it a Feger play where they got Chandler inside right out of a timeout, and he threw it over to the corner of the Oweh. That was a beautiful. It might have been part of that run. Maybe not. I could be combining Oweh 3s there, but he had a great assist. Yeah, he had a great assist on that. Do you have any other strong takeaways from the evening?
I can't see how that was a common foul that, that guy just threw Andrew Carr to the floor right there.
Had him in the headlock.
Threw him to the floor, and they reviewed it because, of course, they reviewed it. It was a common foul.
The bleeding guy did not get a review,
yeah,
by the way. And Pope was very unhappy about that one, actually, that there was no monitor review. He was livid and yelling at the refs the entire time.
There was a fun moment, too. I think we got away with one. Brandon Garrison just absolutely mauled over, I don't remember which player it was for Oklahoma, but he got a running start and just completely destroyed him. And I kind of looked at people next to me like, I don't think we're allowed to do that. But whatever, he got away with it. Just another good Brandon Garrison moment. Officiating, we could do a whole nother show on that down the stretch. That got pretty absurd with those whistles in the end. I was ready to launch an investigation if Otega Oweh hadn't made that buzzer beater, but he did it all over again. Now we're on to Alabama. Probably not going to have Lamont Butler, not looking good on that front, but Cat's got some confidence. I don't know, does it hurt that, they had to play up into the middle of the night and this lasting so long as it did, or you think we're feeling good and heading into it? 0-2 against Alabama, you're going to be an underdog. They're the better team if we're being honest. Anybody want to put it out there, predict a win?
We got the line.
Yeah, 5.5 for Alabama. But Jack is the one you're still on track for your Sunday prediction, so.
That was pre-Lamont Butler.
It does change it so much.
It did. I unfortunately, yeah. There's value in in playing a team twice and having like as in-depth of a scouting report as you could possibly imagine. You know these guys. Talking to the players, they had a pretty confident edge of I'm glad that we get to play them on such a quick turnaround from just going down to Tuscaloosa a few weeks back. So a lot of excitement for a round 3, just kind of wanting a little bit of a payback in that matchup. So hopefully they're not on tired legs. They're going to bed. There's one reporter that asked if like Mario Williams is going to go to Waffle House, like that's kind of what you do at 1 o'clock in the morning. He said no.
I almost wondered if he was going to say, what is Waffle House? But I'm not sure he actually knew.
Do they have English breakfast at Waffle House? Beans,
no
tomatoes?
To Waffle House, no.
Yeah, you mentioned them being tired. I can tell you what, I'm tired, and I know you all are tired. I've been wearing cowboy boots for like 18 hours. I've been on Broadway for 18 hours. I'm ready to go to bed. I have to be up in like 5 hours to do KSR. Listen to that. We won't be at Tin Roof, but we'll be having fun somewhere if we all wake up. You all have stuff throughout the day. You're doing a Sources Say tomorrow, right? Get that loaded.
From our rooftop patio.
Oh, that'll be fun. Anyway, we're just happy to be sticking around in Nashville.
First win in Nashville since 2019.
This is your city, too.
God.
Did you feel
Finally.
responsible?
Yeah, especially after they blew a 10-point lead. Of course I did. But, I mean, if you can't believe in miracles after seeing Otega Oweh hit another game winner against Oklahoma, then, this ain't for you.
It's beautiful. We're going to sign off from there. Stick with KSR the rest of the week. Hopefully we're here to Sunday, but one game at a time. Tomorrow's Alabama. I like that Steven's walking backwards. That probably looks cool. Look around. Pick one of these. Get on SeatGeek. KSR10. Use your promo code. Get in here. We'll make room. There's already too many Kentucky fans, but there's still room for more. We'll figure it out. Thanks for watching. For Drew, Tyler, Jack, Zach, Steven behind the camera, who's probably going to go find a basketball and get up a 3 here in a minute. Y'all have a good night, a good morning. Talk to you in a few hours.